Hi, everyone. I wanted to go through this short YouTube video just to give you a sense of the content coming up on your exam scheduled for Wednesday, March 2nd. Let me go through it for a few minutes. I also want to let you know that there is a short mid-semester survey available on the Blackboard site, just in this link over here. And really invite you to participate in that survey. It's worth some class activity points. It's anonymous. And if you wouldn't mind completing the survey just to get a sense of what you're learning in the course so far, that would be wonderful. And if you can complete that by the start of class on Wednesday when we're having the exam, that would be also great. Okay, so let me give you a sense of how this exam is structured. As I mentioned to you last week, this is an open book, open note exam. You need your stuff with you. So please bring your computers, laptops, certainly fine. You can access the Blackboard site, course material, the narratives, because you'll be needing that as well. The exam will take you the entire period, but it will be a two-phase exam. The first phase, you'll be able to work on this information yourself, still open book, open note. And the second phase of it, probably halfway through the time period, you'll be able to talk to each other and share your thoughts. And I'll sort of guide you through that. Again, it's your exam, but this is a collaborative class. We've been doing so many things together. You've been doing it together. And so you can talk to each other about your responses as well. That's and the whole idea is to improve them as well before you turn your exam. So there will be two short answer questions. You have seen the first question before. It has to do with our discussion, again, beginning of life, pharmacists, emergency contraception. Should the autonomous right of the patient take precedent over the autonomous right of the healthcare professional? That was a case study question. Explain your rationale by making an ethics argument. So you've seen it before, you've all written before. The second question has to do with the abortion issue that we most recently covered. And this is it's a new question for you. Is it possible to be ethically against abortion, but still support the law that makes the practice of abortion, medical or surgical, permissible? Again, explaining your rationale by making an ethics argument. Now, so these questions are going to be on the exam. They're short answer, which means really it's a maybe 2 to 3 at the most paragraph response. There is no need to have sources. You're really making a case, an ethics case. Now, it doesn't matter what your case is. It's how you address the case, how you back it up. And my recommendation, my strong recommendation, is use the stuff, the content, the narratives, the themes that we have talked about for both responses. And I'm going to give you a hint about the second question here. Is it possible to be ethically against abortion but still support the law? There is an avenue that you don't want to go down. You do not want to go down. It is not a good practice to say, well, I can be against abortion, and I don't think I'd either get one myself or encourage a partner to get one, but other people can do it because it's the law. That's not a good ethics argument. Just because you wouldn't do something, and so therefore other people could, that's actually a very poor way to put a rationale forward. So I'm going to caution you against doing that. Okay, so you have, besides those two questions, there will be 5 multiple choice questions. And this is a sample question that you can see. I hope you can read it. that I've given in the past. And the sample question has to do with our ethics themes that we've talked about. So 5 multiple choice questions. This one has to do, it's a topic that we haven't discussed, but we've discussed the ethics issue. So Jean is a 22-year-old woman who was admitted to the hospital with a headache and stiff neck, but an intact mental status. Okay, sorry about that. That was one of my 2 dogs barking at something. Okay, so let me go back to the sample exam question. Jean is a 22-year-old woman who was admitted to the hospital with a headache and a stiff neck, but an intact mental status. Lab tests reveal cryptococcal meningitis, an infection commonly associated with an HIV infection. When given the diagnosis, she adamantly refuses to be tested for HIV. How should the clinical staff react? So we have not talked about this question. However, if you look at the 4 responses and think about it from an ethics perspective, which is the only perspective that you're concerned with, this question has to do with, well, should she be able to refuse to get tested for HIV? And there's 4 potential answers. And then you'll see a box underneath here, rationale for answer, because what you're required to do is choose an answer, A, B, C, or D, and then provide a rationale for why you chose the answer. So each of these questions is worth 2 points. 1 point for the letter, A, B, C, D, and 1 point for the rationale. So you could choose the correct letter, but your rationale could be totally off base. So you have to do both, get both. So if you want, you can try and figure this your response and how you would tackle this. What I will do is on Wednesday, because this is a previous question, before the exam starts, share the answer and the rationale. So I'm not going to hold you hostage until, well, I sort of am until Wednesday, just as a sample. But again, you can use all your notes, all of your materials, the Blackboard site, but you focus on the ethics issue. So like that, there will be 5 multiple choice questions and then the 2 short answer questions. Okay, just wanted to share all that information. Please don't forget to complete the mid-semester survey as well. All right, thanks very much, everyone. See you in class on Wednesday. Bye.